The Galactic Council members nodded in approval, and the chamber's glow intensified. Joseph felt a surge of determination as he prepared for his new mission, knowing that the fate of two civilizations rested on his shoulders. The mediation process. Joseph arrived at the conflict zone, where the two civilizations, one with sleek, technologically advanced cities, and the other with vast, ancient structures, were on the brink of war. The tension in the air was palpable, and the stakes were high. He met with representatives from both civilizations, each side presenting their grievances and demands. The conflict was rooted in a territorial dispute over valuable resources, and both sides had valid concerns. Joseph listened carefully to each side, taking note of their perspectives and concerns. He knew that to mediate effectively, he needed to understand the root causes of the conflict and find common ground. Over the next few days, Joseph facilitated negotiations between the two civilizations. He organized meetings, encouraged open dialogue, and worked to build trust between the parties. It was a challenging task, as deep-seated animosities and conflicting interests made compromise difficult. Despite the challenges, Joseph remained patient and persistent. He proposed solutions that addressed the core issues of the dispute and worked to ensure that both sides felt heard and respected. Gradually, the negotiations began to bear fruit. Both civilizations agreed to a temporary ceasefire and expressed a willingness to explore peaceful resolutions. Joseph continued to guide the process, helping them draft a preliminary agreement that outlined steps toward a long-term peace. The breakthrough came when both sides agreed to a joint resource-sharing plan, which addressed their immediate needs and laid the groundwork for future cooperation. The agreement was a significant step toward resolving the conflict and establishing a lasting peace. As Joseph concluded his mediation efforts, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had successfully navigated a complex and high-stakes situation, bringing two civilizations closer to harmony. A new perspective. With the conflict resolved and peace established, Joseph returned to the transition room once again. The administrator greeted him with a warm smile, acknowledging his accomplishments. "You've done an exceptional job," the administrator said. "Your efforts have made a significant impact on the cosmic balance, and you've proven yourself to be a valuable mediator and problem solver." Joseph felt a sense of accomplishment as he reflected on his journey. From his unexpected death to his role as a cosmic mediator, his life had taken a remarkable turn. "What happens now?" Joseph asked, eager to understand the next chapter of his journey. The administrator's eyes gleamed with possibility. "Your journey is far from over. You've demonstrated your ability to navigate complex situations and contribute to the cosmic balance. There are many more worlds and civilizations awaiting your assistance." Joseph's heart swelled with anticipation. "I'm ready for whatever comes next." The administrator nodded, their expression one of encouragement. "You'll continue to explore new realms, address cosmic challenges, and contribute to the greater balance of the universe. Your journey is one of endless discovery and growth." As Joseph prepared to embark on his next adventure, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. His once ordinary life had led him to extraordinary heights, and the universe held boundless opportunities for exploration and impact. With a deep breath, Joseph stepped into the unknown, ready to embrace the infinite possibilities that awaited him in the grand cosmic narrative. The administrator leaned back in their chair, considering the question thoughtfully. "You've been given a rare opportunity," they began. "Your actions contributed to a chain of events that saved countless lives. In many ways, you've become part of a larger narrative, one that spans beyond the limits of your previous existence." Joseph's mind raced with questions. What does that mean for me now? Will I be able to do something with this knowledge? The administrator's expression softened. "Your journey isn't over. You've been selected for an extraordinary purpose. There's a cosmic balance at play, and your actions have positioned you uniquely within that balance." Joseph felt a mixture of awe and trepidation. He had never imagined his mundane life would have cosmic significance. "What exactly do you mean by cosmic balance?" The administrator reached for a holographic display, which projected a vast map of stars and celestial bodies. The universe is filled with countless worlds and civilizations. Each one plays a part in a grander scheme. Your life, though seemingly ordinary, was a critical component in maintaining that balance. The display highlighted a cluster of stars and planets, showing intricate connections between them. Every choice you made, every small action, contributed to a ripple effect that influenced this balance. Your decision to return home, to take the stairs, all played a role in averting a disaster. Joseph's eyes widened as he took in the visualization. The realization that his small actions had cosmic implications was both humbling and exhilarating. So, what's next for me? The administrator's gaze grew thoughtful. You have the chance to continue contributing to this balance. There are realms beyond what you've known, and opportunities to explore them. Your unique perspective and experiences make you an invaluable asset in this ongoing narrative. Joseph felt a surge of curiosity and determination. His life had been defined by routine and predictability, but now he was faced with a chance to be part of something much larger. What can I do to help? The administrator's smile was encouraging. You'll be guided through a series of experiences designed to harness your newfound understanding. Each step will reveal more about your role and the impact you can have. Your journey will be one of exploration and discovery, and it starts now. With a deep breath, Joseph prepared himself for the next chapter of his existence. He had transitioned from an ordinary life to a pivotal role in the cosmic balance, and the adventure ahead promised to be as boundless as his imagination. A new beginning. As Joseph prepared for his new role, the administrator provided him with a set of tools and information to aid in his journey. The holographic display shifted, revealing various cosmic phenomena and entities Joseph had never imagined. The administrator began to explain the intricacies of this new realm. "This is your guide," the administrator said, handing Joseph a sleek, advanced device. "It will help you navigate and interact with the cosmic balance. It's equipped with information on various worlds, civilizations, and cosmic phenomena." Joseph took the device, marveling at its complexity. "How do I use this?" he asked, feeling a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The administrator demonstrated its functions, showing how to access different modules and data streams. You'll start by exploring areas of interest and learning about the civilizations you'll encounter. Your role will involve mediating conflicts, solving cosmic anomalies, and contributing to the stability of this grand balance. Joseph nodded, feeling the weight of his new responsibilities. "What's the first step?" The administrator's eyes gleamed with anticipation. "Your first mission involves a planetary system that has recently experienced a disruption in its energy field. It's causing instability and affecting the lives of its inhabitants. You'll need to investigate and resolve the issue." Joseph's heart raced as he considered the implications of his mission. "How will I get there?" The administrator gestured to a nearby portal, its surface shimmering with a myriad of colors. "This will transport you to the planetary system. Once there, you'll need to assess the situation and take appropriate action." With a deep breath, Joseph stepped toward the portal, feeling a surge of determination. He had left his mundane life behind, and now he was embarking on an extraordinary journey that would test his skills and expand his horizons. As the portal enveloped him in a swirl of colors, Joseph felt a sense of exhilaration and anticipation. His new life as a cosmic mediator was just beginning, and the adventures ahead promised to be as boundless as the universe itself. The planetary disruption. Joseph emerged from the portal, finding himself on the surface of a planet with an ethereal glow. The landscape was a breathtaking blend of vibrant colors and shimmering energy fields. He could see distant structures that seemed to pulse with light, indicating the presence of advanced civilizations. He activated his device, which provided him with a detailed overview of the planetary system. The data showed that the energy disruption was affecting the planet's core, causing widespread instability. Joseph made his way to a nearby settlement, where he was greeted by the inhabitants, an elegant species with translucent skin and delicate features. They appeared anxious and distressed, their once harmonious environment now plagued by energy surges. "Welcome, traveler," one of the inhabitants said, their voice soothing yet tinged with worry. "We've been experiencing severe disruptions in our energy field, and we fear for the stability of our world." Joseph nodded, feeling the gravity of the situation. "I'm here to help. Can you provide me with more details on the nature of the disruptions?" The inhabitants led him to a central energy hub, where the disturbances were most pronounced. Joseph examined the area, noting the erratic fluctuations and the impact on the surrounding environment. He used his device to analyze the energy patterns, discovering that the disruptions were linked to an imbalance in the planet's core energy system. The data suggested that a malfunctioning energy conduit was responsible for the instability. Joseph set to work, coordinating with the inhabitants to repair the conduit. It was a complex process, requiring precise adjustments and careful calibration. As he worked, he communicated with the local engineers, sharing insights and guiding them through the necessary repairs. After several hours of intense work, the energy conduit was restored to its proper function. The disruptions began to subside, and the planet's energy field stabilized. The inhabitants expressed their gratitude, their environment returning to its harmonious state. Joseph felt a sense of accomplishment as he completed his mission. He had successfully resolved the issue and contributed to the stability of the planetary system. With the energy disruptions fixed, Joseph prepared to return to the transition room. He knew that his journey was far from over, and he was eager to face the next challenge that awaited him in the cosmic balance. The Galactic Council. Upon returning to the transition room, Joseph was greeted by the administrator, who congratulated him on his successful mission. "You've done well," the administrator said, their voice filled with approval. "Your efforts have brought stability to the planetary system and demonstrated your ability to handle complex situations." Joseph felt a sense of pride at the administrator's praise. "Thank you. What's next?" The administrator's expression grew serious. "Your next task involves a meeting with the Galactic Council. They oversee the cosmic balance and will provide you with further guidance on your role." Joseph's heart raced as he considered the implications of meeting with the Galactic Council. The thought of interacting with such a high-level body filled him with both excitement and apprehension. The administrator led Joseph to a grand chamber, where the Galactic Council awaited. The chamber was adorned with intricate symbols and illuminated by a soft, otherworldly glow. The council members, beings of immense wisdom and power, regarded Joseph with keen interest. "Welcome, Joseph," one of the council members said, their voice resonating with authority. "We have been observing your progress and are pleased with your performance. You have demonstrated the qualities we seek in those who maintain the cosmic balance." Joseph bowed respectfully. "Thank you. I'm eager to learn more about my role and how I can contribute further." The council members exchanged glances, nodding in approval. "Your next mission will involve addressing a conflict between two advanced civilizations. They have been embroiled in a territorial dispute that threatens to escalate into a full-scale war." Joseph listened attentively as the council provided details on the conflict. The two civilizations, though technologically advanced, had been unable to reach a peaceful resolution. The situation had reached a critical point, and the potential for widespread destruction was high. "Your task," the council member continued, "is to mediate between the two civilizations and facilitate a peaceful resolution. Your previous experience and understanding of cosmic balance will be invaluable in this mission." Joseph nodded, feeling the weight of the responsibility. "I will do my best to resolve the conflict and maintain the peace." The unexpected revelation. Joseph blinked as he opened his eyes, finding himself in a small, stark room. He was seated in a simple wooden chair, facing a dark-stained desk with a green felt mat. On the opposite side of the desk sat an enigmatic figure, whose features were a blend of both delicate and rugged, making it difficult to determine their gender. A brass sign on the desk read "Administrator," and a white feather pen rested in an ink well nearby. The administrator, dressed in a loose white toga fastened with a small copper brooch resembling a dove's wing, looked at Joseph with a mix of sympathy and formality. Joseph noticed he was naked, but curiously, it didn't bother him. His confusion grew as the administrator spoke, their voice gentle yet firm. "Joseph, I have news for you," the administrator said, their tone carrying an apologetic undertone. "Unfortunately, it's mixed." Joseph's eyes darted around the room, trying to piece together his surroundings. "Where am I?" he managed to ask, his voice wavering. The administrator nodded slowly, seemingly used to such confusion. "You're in a place we call the transition room," they explained. "I'm here to guide you through your recent departure from the living world." Joseph's heart raced as panic began to swell in his chest. I'm dead?" he asked, the reality of the situation hitting him. "Yes, I'm afraid so," the administrator confirmed, their voice tinged with a note of surprise. "It's quite unusual for someone to arrive here with so little memory of their past life. Let me help you understand." With a smooth motion, the administrator opened a brown cardboard folder on the desk. "Your name is Joseph. You were born in North America to a loving family. You lived a typical life: school, work, and personal interests. You worked diligently as an accountant, lived in a modest apartment, and led a routine life." Joseph nodded, trying to absorb the information. The administrator continued, their eyes scanning the folder. "There's nothing alarming in your life report. You lived a respectable life without major incidents." As the administrator spoke, Joseph began to feel a sense of grounding. At least he had a name, a past, and a semblance of normalcy. But the administrator's tone shifted as they opened a new file, their expression growing more serious. "Now for the end-of-life report," the administrator said, taking a deep breath. "It seems your final moments were marked by a series of unusual events." Joseph leaned forward, eager to understand what led him here. The administrator detailed a series of mundane occurrences, an ordinary day disrupted by an unexpected series of events. "You had forgotten a folder at home and decided to return for it," the administrator began. "On your way back, you encountered an individual with a knife. Thankfully, your quick thinking and decision to return home deterred the attacker, and you managed to retrieve the folder." Joseph listened intently, his curiosity piqued. "And then, due to the delay," the administrator continued, "you were running late and took the stairs instead of the elevator. On the final flight, you lost your balance and tripped. But fortunately, a doorman caught you mid-fall, preventing a serious injury." Joseph sighed with relief, but the administrator's next words were sobering. "Unfortunately, on that very day, there was a critical malfunction in the early warning system for extraterrestrial threats." The administrator's gaze was steady, their voice calm as they delivered the news. "A meteor large enough to obliterate your city was on a collision course. Had you not been delayed and forced to take the stairs, you might have been in the path of that disaster." Joseph sat in stunned silence, trying to process the enormity of what he was hearing. The administrator continued, their voice gentle yet resolute. "Your small missteps saved you from a greater tragedy. In your own way, you became a hero, though you didn't live to see it." As the administrator closed the folder and looked at Joseph with an encouraging smile, he began to understand the gravity of his situation. His ordinary life had intersected with something far larger, and in that intersection, he had unknowingly played a part in a cosmic balance. A cosmic connection. Joseph's mind was racing as the administrator's words sunk in. He had always led a simple, unremarkable life, and now he was learning that his actions, however trivial they seemed, had a profound impact on the world. "So, what happens now?" Joseph asked, his voice trembling slightly. He was still trying to grasp the enormity of his role in preventing a catastrophe.